Off. Hello, everybody. Welcome. Episode, I think it was 44 that I typed in there. Waters of the Deep. Uh, we continue our adventure. It was approximately 2 p.m. Saturday, because we have to keep track of date and time in this campaign. The party, last week, freed an old man shackled in arcane bounds after some clutch riddling. The old man and Pearl disappeared in a stream after a whirlwind geyser showed up for a brief moment. And then the floor dropped out from underneath you guys, throwing you into a new part of the cave, which you were working your way through, kind of following some weird animal noises. And now three of you are dangling from the ceiling, getting chomped on. And that's where
Oh
we
shit,
left off.
that's right. I forgot.
Yeah,
What's the?
Silt's just kind of at the far end of the room while the rest of you are dangling. Is like, oh shit.
Don't pull it up and mess everybody's map up. But what is the name of this map? I'll just pull it up.
So if you have the combat tracker open, if you double click your picture on the combat tracker, it will open the map that you are currently on.
Perfect. Thank you.
Yep.
The other thing you can do is
From your character sheet.
Yeah.
Yeah, so if you click your token on your character sheet, there'll be a new box that pops up. And in
Okay.
between the two smaller images
Ooh.
will be a box with like a target circle. If you click that target circle, it'll pull the map you're on up.
Okay, I gotcha. Cool.
This is assuming you're on a map when you do either of these options. Because if you're not on a map, it won't pull anything up.
The one on your character sheet, the button will not be there if you are not on a map.
Oh, okay.
That's
awesome.
why I use that one. That way I know we're on a map.
When you're not clicking it like 50 times. Like, why isn't this damn thing working?
No, it's not there. I can't click it if I'm not on a map. That's why I like that one.
But all right, yeah, we are at the top with Taddy grappled, restrained, hanging out next to a roper. Not a raper, a roper. Although the feeling might be similar.
I mean, I definitely didn't consent to being grappled.
In this exact scenario, that is a you problem.
Is there a option of trying to get out of this?
You can most certainly try. It is
a
strength
I can't
check.
remember with the what all he's got on me there. Grappled and restrained. I didn't know if that was a possibility.
Yeah, so it's a twofer. So you're only wrapped by one tendril, but you get grappled and restrained while it's got you. It is specifically a strength check to break free of the tendril.
Oh, I want to try and wiggle out of it, but okay.
Yeah. This isn't a normal grapple, unfortunately. It's an effect. So,
yeah.
You fail to get free of the tendril.
Yeah, I figured. Okay, well, that's my action. And none of my bonus actions will help. So.
All right, Mortimer.
Would an acrobatics check apply to this by chance for grapple?
No. Straight strength to break free from these tendrils.
Yeah.
It's like I just said. It's not the normal grapple mechanics. It's a specific thing for this creature.
Is movement dropped to 0?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, so I'll go over those conditions real quick. While grappled, your speed becomes 0.
Okay.
That's not necessary. While restrained, your speed becomes 0. Can't benefit from any bonuses to your speed. Attack rolls against you have advantage. Your attack rolls have disadvantage. And you'll have disadvantage on dexterity saving throws.
Yeah.
Not too bad, I guess.
13. 13 does not do it, unfortunately.
Well, that's all I got.
All right. Gallon. Nope.
That's my turn.
Silt.
Okay. Let's see. How far away did we decide I was? 60 or 58 or 59.726 or something?
You were
Because of the.
Hold on, I'll do the math on it.
45 and 30.
45 and 30.
Well, I know I'm within range for that one.
54.08.
Okay, perfect. Thanks.
3.145. Oh, I mean,
Pretty. It's kind of how it feels some days, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Let's see. Shit. I guess I'll try to Eldritch Blast the Roper 2.
Okay.
I have no expectations because this never works.
Yeah, I think you tried that last week and it did not that bad, but about the same thing. Go and
Uh-huh.
pop off your second one.
Well, I'll be rolling another character.
Hey,
Hey, that one hit.
take one.
yeah, that guy creeps me out a little bit anyways.
Gallon and Taddy, both of your next attacks are automatic crits. As points have been redeemed by our chat. You can thank Pam.
Aw,
Thanks, Pam.
Thank you, Pam.
But you got to hit first. So. All right. So that second one hits. Anything else for your turn, Silt?
I'm going to. Excuse me. I'm going to move back 30 feet.
Okay.
Oh, man.
Move your token.
Yeah, I'm trying. I don't know. This is a guess. Is that 30 feet? I can't read it.
That's 40. But
Oh, no, that's 40. I saw a 0. Okay, thanks.
So that's 30 right there.
Perfect.
All right. Anything else for your turn?
Nope.
All right. Roper number 2 is going to finish pulling Mortimer up as it takes a bite out of Gallon, which hits all ones. Are you fucking kidding me? And the next one's already got Taddy up. It's going to go to take a bite out of him. That is going to miss. At the top of the round, I feel like Silt would be the only one that notices this right now as the three of you are struggling against these tendrils. But right about here, water starts trickling out of the ceiling. And in a matter of 6 seconds, it goes from a couple drips to a light stream to just like a torrent downfall of water. And at the end of that 6 seconds, it stops flowing. And on the ground right there is good old Odess, who I need to roll initiative.
Fuck, I don't even have them pulled up. Hold on.
Oh, it takes you 2 seconds. You'll be all right. Beautiful. All right, so Taddy, you're up.
All right. Well, seems as good a time as any to use my Misty Step.
Okay.
Briefly surrounded by silvery mist, you teleport up to 30 feet in an unoccupied space that you can see.
All right. Where in the 30 feet would you like to be?
That way.
Right there. All right. And I will take off grappled and restrained. Gallon and Taddy, don't forget you have inspiration die from Mortimer as well.
I remembered that after that last round, and I should have
it-
used it to
it-
reroll.
It wouldn't have helped you last round. So, because you rolled a 7, the max you could have gotten with a 6 would have been 13, which is what Mortimer rolled, and it didn't work. So,
No, you're right. You're right.
All right. So I use that. That is 1 bonus action. So I still have my action. So
yes, you do.
once I move out this far, I will turn to Roper number 2 and launch some psychic blades.
all right.
Now you said it's a crit. Is that what it
So,
was?
I don't remember how I coded the gift, but yeah, it's going to be a crit. So just roll the damage holding down left shift.
Okay,
It'll
so
auto-crit.
don't even bother.
Nope, it'll auto crit. So, and you'll get sneak attack on that because there's people within 5 feet of it.
Oh,
So let
Oh,
me
shit.
let me give it that 13 back.
okay. All right, I didn't even think about that. Shit.
There you go.
Thanks, DM. You're
You're
awesome.
welcome. Make sure you hold down left
Yep.
shift so you get the crit.
Yeah.
Boom. 41 points. It is looking rough.
And I used my bonus action, so I don't get my second blade. So,
Correct.
yeah, that's it.
All right.
Hi, Otis. What the fuck?
Which one is it? Is it Mortimer's turn?
Yeah, you're Mortimer right now.
Mortimer is.
Jeremiah. What? Fuck off.
Oh, that's not nice. Well,
I'm with you on that, Sil. I kind of think you should.
it should. If I drop an attack on him, it should do it at auto disadvantage, right?
Yeah, because you've got the restrained effect on.
God damn it! I clicked. Never mind. Ignore that one. Oh wait, why? Never mind. Don't ignore that one. It was Mortimer.
Yeah, that rolled as Mortimer, so that was accurate. You rolled a 1 and a 20 at disadvantage.
Yep.
So it is going to take a bite at you on that nat 1.
Yep.
Hits.
I feel like a 1 and a 20 should cancel each other out on disadvantage.
I don't know about that.
So, were we able, even though we were grappled, were we able to attack this whole time?
Yeah, it's just at
Bit of a
disadvantage.
biscuit. Okay.
So, yeah, so Mortimer is now unconscious / dying.
Oh no, Mortimer.
So Gallon, you're up. If you're going to attack it, so you have a crit pocketed, but since you're restrained, I am gonna make you roll to see if you hit. If you hit, it'll be an auto crit. Does
Okay.
that make sense?
So, yeah, what should I roll?
Just roll normally.
Whichever the dagger is. Okay.
Whatever attack you want to use, just roll normally. Okay, and it misses. But you get a second attack. Or if you want to try to add your DM inspiration onto that. Never know, might work.
Oh, you mean the bardic inspiration?
Or the bardic inspiration, yeah.
Yeah, let's re-roll it.
So you don't re-roll it. you roll a d6 in the chat box and it gets added to what you already rolled.
And I know a 14 didn't do it from last time. So I'd have to roll a 6.
Yeah. And if you want to save it for a later roll too, you can.
Yeah, let's save it for a later roll.
Okay.
If I had rolled higher, I'd take my chances, but like rolling that's 1 in 6. So I'll just attack him again.
Okay.
Oh, that's the wrong one. Hope to goodness it hits.
That hits with a
And then
20.
You said left shift.
Yep, so hold down left shift and then drop the dagger damage on him.
Did that do it?
7 points. Beautiful. You stab it right through the eye, pushing your arm in. The dagger must have hit a brain or something because the thing just goes limp and drops from the ceiling along with you and Mortimer.
I'm going to try and grab Mortimer before we hit the ground.
Okay. Make a... Oh, let me take these off you because you're not grappled or restrained. I'm going to say make an acrobatics check. Try and grab him midair. What a time to come.
Friendship!
Okay. So what's going to happen here is you grab Mortimer and kind of like baby tuck him onto your stomach. You are going to take 10 points of damage as you hit the ground from falling.
Ooh.
Putting you in really rough shape. But you protect Mortimer from automatically failing 2 death saving throws.
And I live. Okay. I still get movement, yes?
Yeah, you're prone right now, so it'll take half of it to stand up. But yes.
Cool. I'm gonna stand up and carry him. And I'm gonna move us. If you need me to do a strength roll, that's fine.
I'm checking your weight capacity right now.
You'd probably be better off dragging him.
Well, dragging him. You know what I mean. I'm moving him. He's moving with me.
Well, there's a difference between carrying and dragging.
Mm-hmm.
Surprisingly enough, you can just pick Mortimer's light elven body up and throw it over your shoulder, and you're good to go.
Cool. Then we're moving 15 feet out of the way. Out of the range of this other roper.
Okay, which way do you want to go? Move your token, and I'll move Mortimer to follow.
20 or is that? My gosh, 15 feet's not a lot. All right, cancel that movement, DM. I'm sorry. Oh, and there isn't there. Yeah. Okay.
There is another tunnel there to your left.
Yeah, I'll move behind. 15 feet's not a lot of feet at all. I'm gonna move behind that like pillar with both of us.
Okay.
And is it a bonus action for a healing potion or a healing salve?
So yeah, you can do one as a bonus action. You'll drag and drop the dice onto yourself in that scenario.
No, it's okay. I'll just wait.
All right. Anything else for your turn?
Oh, actually, no. Sorry. Yeah, let's use it on Yeah, let's just use it on
Mort.
Yeah.
Okay. Just drag and drop it on him then, and mark it off. Okay. Beautiful. And that's everything. So unless you got anything else.
No, I feel very successful. Thank you.
That was a very good turn. Brad, Odess. Potentially muted.
I am. I love it when I talk to myself. It's a great feeling. Awesome.
As long as you're having a good conversation, that's the important part.
Yeah, right? Let me see here.
I adjusted your inventory appropriately for what happened, by the way.
I saw that.
Okay.
There's some other things that need to be taken off, but I'll talk to you later about that.
Yeah, that's... Anything that was associated with that item needs to go away.
Okay. That I can do. Is this thing made of rock?
You have no idea. You just dropped in from a fucking puddle and saw your friends dangling from the ceiling. You can
Nice.
see it's got a mouth and an eye. It very much resembles a stalagmite, but it's got 6 tentacles that are now out of it. So
Okay.
it resembles a rock, but you don't know what it's made of.
All right.
That
Well-
looks like Blackbeard from Pirates of the Caribbean.
Otis seeing it and seeing it just drop his friends and seeing the other one, he's gonna cast he's gonna cast Shatter on it.
Okay.
So let me see here. It's to do the DC. Okay.
It fails.
Fails. So it's 3d6 or 3d8. Thunder damage on a fail save. So, okay, well, it doesn't matter because he already failed anyways. So.
Yeah.
Never mind.
He is made of organic material, so he would not have had disadvantage on that. 10 points of damage.
All right. And then he will move not over there because he doesn't have that much movement. Do I have that spell? I do not. Oh yeah, I do. All right. So let me see here. Oh, I can't though because I already cast this spell. Okay. Never mind then. I'll just use my movement to move over here. Where does him? And that's it.
All right. Silt.
Well, first of all, is there anything behind me?
No, it is a continuing tunnel.
Okay. Then I'm going to move up, like, wherever I need to be to get within 60 feet of the other one. Somewhere here.
I
With-
don't think you need to go that far if you don't want to. Put you.
Okay,
Yeah, right
perfect.
about there would be the edge-ish of 60 feet.
Okay. And dart.
It succeeds.
And how far did I travel to get there?
That was 50 feet.
Okay, and then I'll move back 10.
Okay.
And
That
um,
for you?
let me think. That's it.
Probably let people see our beautiful faces, eh? Mike, are you still 30 feet in the air?
Yeah.
Okay, beautiful.
So Silt smells brownies.
Well, this thing lashes out with a tendril and grapples and restrains you again, Taddy. And it's got 3 more tendrils. One for Odess, which hits automatically. Don't need any of that. It is going to pull both of you 25 feet closer. And that is going to end its turn. Taddy, you're up.
Fucking piece of shit. Fucking let me go. Jesus. Mm,
You can still attack while grappled and restrained. It'll just be at disadvantage.
does it feel like these tentacles are squeezing me or just holding me?
Holding you tightly.
That's not the question I'm asking.
It's not like trying to squeeze the life out of you, but it's definitely trying to make sure its food doesn't get away.
Okay. So, like, I'm just wondering if a shift in size would allow me an opportunity to slip out.
Interesting.
I would say that it would present an opportunity for you to use dexterity instead of strength to escape, yeah? Depending on the manner in which you change your size.
Well, I have an innate spell called Enlarge Reduce.
That's what I thought you were thinking of. You trying to go up or down?
I was thinking down would allow me some gap between me and the tentacle, as long as he's not actually like squeezing me. If he's just holding me, I would cast it and then automatically try and slip the fuck out.
I will. If you cast the spell and try to move to escape, I will let you roll dexterity instead of strength to get away from it. In that brief moment of size change before the tendrils sink back in.
All right, that's what I'm doing then.
Okay. Don't drop any size changing effect on you. I'm just gonna shrink.
Oh,
your
okay.
token.
Well, shit.
That's
I don't
alright.
think I. Okay. All right.
That
and
doesn't
here.
adjust your token, so.
Okay. And here comes the dex check. Oh.
What a
God
time
damn it.
to be alive.
Yeah, that's. I don't think that
That-
would help. Wait, do I? No, I don't have the DM inspiration anymore.
You have
No.
bardic inspiration.
Yeah, but that's not going to be enough to help me.
Yeah, that's true.
That's not gonna defer a critical failure.
That's true.
So.
Yeah. Okay. Wait. I think I do have something for this though. My psychic abilities, my psychic talents. I have Psi Bolster Knack. When your non-sciatic training fails you, you can tap into your sciatic power to help. If you fail an ability check using a skill or tool that you have proficiency, you can roll a talent die. I am proficient in Dex.
So
Can I use that?
That works basically like a bardic inspiration die in this scenario. You can certainly try to roll it if you want to try and meet the threshold to escape.
Okay.
Seeing as you are.
Can I only
super
use
proficient.
one bolster, or can I use two, like with the bardic inspiration?
Fuck it, if you want to use both, use both.
Okay, here we
I'm
go.
not-
This
I'm
is
not
the
gonna-
sciatic one.
Dig into the semantics of it. And then it's a d6
Okay.
for the bardic die.
Fucking shit. That got me up to
18.
18.
With an 18, you are barely able to escape.
Hell yeah.
Slippery little tatty.
Fuck the fuck up. I'm out of here. Fuck
I-
you. I put up the finger as I go.
And as he like weaves through the tendril, you hear in a high squeaky voice from a miniaturized tatty, "Fuck yeah!"
That's right, goddammit. Fuck you.
I get my fly swatter out as I see a tiny little thing flying at me.
Good thing I had. I'm out.
So that was your action and your movement. You still have a bonus action.
I don't think I can hide, can I?
Not right there. You're kind of in
Yeah,
the
I didn't
middle.
think so. Okay, then no.
Okay.
Because I'm not hurt enough to really use a health potion or anything. So, no, I'm, happy I'm fucking away from that thing again.
All right, Mortimer.
All right. So Mortimer.
You are lying on the ground currently.
Well, then I stand up.
Okay.
But you are awake.
You are awake.
Uh-huh.
You're conscious. You're hurting really bad.
I'm guessing these are stones on the ground.
You're standing next to whichever rock formation comes up out of the ground.
Okay.
Stalagmite or stalactite.
That's about 55. Let's do some math here real quick. All right.
It's gonna be upwards of like 70 or 80. Rough math.
It's 62.65
All right, there you go.
distance. So let me make sure I got him clicked. Yeah, pop around the corner 5 feet. Close the distance a little bit. And pull up the right thing here. He is going to say, he's going to simply just say, you can start fighting at any time. That's the thing.
Okay. It fails.
Oh, that's first. So, do that. And that.
All right.
Let's see, he moved 5 feet. He has another 25, so he'll move 25 down the hallway.
All right.
And that's it for his turn.
Galen.
Okay, I'm going to move over here. And then I'm going to attack it with my longbow,
All right.
actually. Cast Hunter's Mark.
Bonus action. Okay.
And then I'm going to now attack it with my longbow.
Okay. So you crit. So put the Hunter's Mark damage modifier on yourself first, and then roll damage normally, and it will automatically double everything.
Hunter's Mark damage on myself.
Yep, and you need to put the Hunter's Mark C on yourself as well,
Okay.
because that's your concentration for it. So
Okay.
there you go. And then roll damage. Beautiful, and then you get a second shot.
We're going again. Oh!
Jesus fucking Christ, do the same thing again.
I still have to put a Hunter's Mark, the damage on me again, right?
The damage on you need to put on every time, yeah.
Oh, she critted twice. Nice.
And that is enough to kill. Look at Gallon coming in clutch and killing all the creatures for everybody.
Look, guys, I could hurt my friends and I could really help my friends. Okay.
As you watch this last roper fall and hit the ground, you look at them as they begin dissolving into gooey blobs that kind of sizzle and bubble as they soak into the ground and their bodies disappear.
Lovely.
You guys are out of combat.
I float back down. I'm like, Otis! What the fuck? Where you been? What are you
you're so
doing here?
small, I demand a squeaky voice.
Yeah. Okay. Okay, hold on. Let me get this right. Yes! It's where you been? What the hell are you doing here?
Oh God, go back to a regular voice, please. Otis is going to tell you that, in the famous words of Silt, he had it on good authority. Y'all needed help.
Well, it's good to see you.
Good to see you too.
As you glance around Otis, you will notice a particular party member is missing.
Yeah. Hold on. I'm going to send you something on Facebook real quick. Maybe, if it wants to work. Maybe not. There it goes. But in the meantime, he would introduce himself to Mortimer.
You're the one who introduced us to Mortimer.
Yeah.
Well, true. Okay. Thank you.
You hired Mortimer to come down here
Yeah.
Yeah.
and get fucked up the whole time.
Yeah.
Yep.
Look, man, it's been like fucking.
I know.
I got no sleep this week.
I dropped the concentration on the enlarged, by the way. So
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So where's Pearl?
I'd fill Odessa in on what happened.
Well, shucks. Second.
at this point, I'm figuring y'all have some kind of like, I don't know, God connections, and she just 411 to her God or something. Because you talk to yours, Silt's over to talking to hers. I figure Pearl's on to whatever with maybe a sabbatical. Fuck, I don't know. Waiting to meet Giles and Morts. I don't know.
Well, what about you, Tatty?
Oh, I don't have a God. I am God.
Money is God.
All right. I definitely ran into someone who definitely said that y'all were in need of help. But that's a story for another time, I suppose. At the minute, Otis is
all of you would notice that Otis is missing the fancy trident that he attuned to the last time you were out at sea, and is wielding a regular one.
Damn it, Gal, really a 1 on healing?
I'm not the one casting the magic, man.
Quit clenching and take it, damn it.
Yeah, no shit.
That's okay,
Mortimer's gonna give you a potion to drink.
Oh, okay.
Which type of potion? I'll give her the max.
Healing potion.
So that's what, 2d4.
2d4 plus 2.
Okay, so
I don't know why it has plus 2 on there, but
because that's just how the potions work. They all get a guaranteed amount.
oh, right. All right. Now that the healing is back, I guess I could probably give you some more. Damn it, Cal.
I was really close to kicking the
What
bucket.
in the hell did you get into? Jesus.
That Roper had me for like 3 turns. And it like successfully bit me each time.
I was having some hentai flashes while she was up there. 'Cause that thing just tentacle around her and it's trying to bite her and it's like, oh, you know.
It was a lot.
All right, hold on. What level did I do that at?
So, Otis, what happened to your trident?
I cast that at level 3, just so you know.
Oh, thank you.
I'm sorry. What was your question? I'm
What
over
happened to
here.
your trident, bud? It looks like it's missing, or is it in the bag of holding?
Well, some old guy said he wanted his trident back.
Ah, really interesting.
Yeah.
You did have
Yes,
some interesting times, didn't you?
You could say that. He's going to
I thought
reach
you
in
s-
his bag as you say that.
I thought you said that was Poseidon's trident.
Well,
Hmm.
an old guy came calling for it.
Gods take many forms. Look down.
Apparently so. Didn't even have the common decency to have a conversation with me.
Listen, I tell you what. Gods are not polite people.
For once, there's something that Silt and I would actually agree upon.
I feel like this
For
is all
once.
directed at me because I play the gods, and to that you can all go fuck yourself.
No, I would expect them not to be polite, because why would they care?
I mean, this is also part of the reason why it sounds so complicated. I just don't deal with them. It's too much trouble.
Well, they deal with you.
A knowing nod from Silt.
Mhm. The only thing I can say about gods, or the best way I can sum it up, is a sailor knows when to respect the sea, and a fool learns too late. That is the best metaphor I can give you in regards to dealing with them. But needless to say, he's going to look at Tatty. Have you had any luck finding your friend? I'm assuming.
Remy? No, not yet.
Well-
We're hot on his trail though, because I saw a marker a while back that said he was there. So
Well, Chippy Chop, let's do it.
Hey,
Fine.
Odess. Did Poseidon say anything about Njord? Njord? How do you say that?
Nord.
I think it's Nord.
Njord.
Is
Okay.
it spelled N-O-R-D?
It's spelled
technically-
NJ.
Pronunciation, it would be Nord, but the Y is very, very soft, so it's just Nord.
Okay. Njord.
He definitely talked to me about some stuff, but we'll talk about that when we get out of here.
All right.
Okay, but also, like, was Pearl
somebody
with
was
him?
wondering.
No, I don't know shit about Pearl, which is how the hell do you lose Pearl?
Whirlpool. A
Yeah,
pearl.
that's exactly right.
Whoa.
with
I
an
was
old
gonna
man.
say,
A purple.
Pearl was hugging that old man, and they jumped in the water, and then the whirlpool said "boof," and they're gone.
well, we don't kink shame, we just kink ask why.
Ugh.
King ask, where the fuck is my friend?
So, well,
We were honestly just trying to get the guy loose enough so he could talk to us, so we could find out who he was. We wanted to help, but we didn't want to help if he was going to be a trouble. So and then shit went down. So
You definitely helped. That's for sure.
Oh my god. Otis, I'm sorry, but I really need you to tell me a little bit about what Poseidon said about Nord. Just,
can we walk and talk, please?
yes, let's do that.
Okay. So, south.
Yeah, let's go.
I'm following you. I slipped through some watery crack to get in here, so I don't know where the fuck I'm at. So
Just
I'm
above
going
table,
to-
because I think it's funny as shit. Grand Tempest is blowing Silt up like a fucking boyfriend she just broke up with. He's going fucking crazy. So you guys are
Yeah.
going south, like off the map?
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Sounds good.
Too easy.
And I'm going to
I'm
say
gonna
to
keep an eye
Poseidon,
out.
walk with me.
I'm gonna keep
who?
an eye out for more
To,
signs.
not to you, to Otis. I don't know. There's a lot going on in my head right now.
It's like trying to talk while you got an AirPod in and somebody's on the other end of the AirPod talking to you, but you're trying to have a conversation.
Oh, I know that feeling all too well with my radio in my ear every day.
Hey, bud. Quit.
I don't wanna.
No.
Yeah, I was just gonna say that's all I was thinking. He was, I don't wanna.
You
So
say what?
we will maintain looking for signs.
Mhm.
Any conversation you guys want to have while you begin walking, or over the course.
If they're
of
talking about
walking.
these gods, I'm gonna tune it out.
Okay.
Gallon's doing the opposite. Gal's tuning in.
Tuning in.
She's trying to get
Jeez.
proficiency in religion, is what she's trying to do.
She's staring at us with huge
Well,
eyes, making it weird and creepy.
All she had to do was ask. We can just take her to temple.
Let's not go that far.
Fill
I'm
her
just
all
learning.
kinds of-
I'm being my
fill her full
perceptive
of
self.
religion.
Hey, at least it's not a temple of Apollo. You're all right.
I mean, you are dealing with a Greek god, so. But, Katie, hold that question. I gotta find my notes here real quick.
Okay.
I know I put it somewhere. I just gotta figure out where I put it. But anyways,
Taddy, make a perception check while he's doing his thing.
Absolutely.
Okay.
13.
You don't notice anything as you guys continue moving. I'll stop whenever you're ready, Brad. Just narratively, as you guys are moving, winding through this bit of tunnel is a slower process. It's very clear that these tunnels are newer. They're not widened or refined. It's very, very roughly carved out, indicating that you guys are in the depths near what is potentially a new tunnel system being developed, or that was being developed.
Wait, did any of these paths, like, are they all pretty level? Any of them, like, look like that we've passed, look like they're sloping downwards?
So from where you guys were, you actually travel upwards for a bit. You come to the next junction, which is a Y junction, and
Okay.
you're like coming up one of the Y ends. So a button hook will take you down another path, and the stem will continue you upwards.
Okay. So, if I see all that, Taddy's going to speak up and go, I remember they said we needed to go down because new tunnels are down, and Remy went down. So I say we go this way. And I point towards the one that's leading down.
Yeah,
I
fine
would
with me. At least
agree
it's around your
distractedly.
mission. So, like, lead the way.
All right, so down the tunnel we go.
You guys will continue heading downwards. The tunnels are much of the same slow, winding, narrow path of freshly carved tunnel, seemingly freshly carved tunnel. Brad, you got your notes? Good to go?
Muted, I think. Muted.
Fuck, I am muted. God damn it, I did it again. Yes, I did find them, and yes, I have been talking to Katie.
Okay, so you guys are doing that offline.
Yeah.
Okay. Just make sure you fill Gallon in on everything because she's tuned into the conversation. And
Okay.
Taddy said he's tuned out, so Mike doesn't get to know.
I mean,
Okey-dokey.
you can, if it's easier, just use the chat in the thing, and I'll ignore it.
There you go.
I can do that.
That'll kind of let him catch the bits and pieces he wants to catch, which is kind of how it would work in this situation.
All right, well, I guess I'll say it out loud in the
Or-
chat then.
Because I don't think the conversation would take very long. You could just have the conversation out loud. That way,
Yeah.
the story isn't progressing while you're trying to have a conversation.
Gollin is literally listening anyways, and you're Mort, so, and he's there anyway, so
Yeah.
the only one that really matters is the one who just doesn't give a fuck, and that's me.
So there you go. Have your conversation.
The only thing that we're assuming it's Poseidon. He
Mhm.
identified himself as Poseidon. We're assuming he's Poseidon. Seeing as Otis has that paranoid, rebellious streak, I would say he's still kind of like a little questionable about everything. But anyways, he claims that he's going to be back with Njord's body. Among some other cryptic Dirk stuff. But that's all he really said about Njord.
Okay.
He kind of split worse than a...
It's not you. It's not you, Otis.
Yes, Njord is talking shit right now, isn't he?
Nope. He's pretty excited.
Well, I think they've got a lot of explaining to do because we've helped them, now they need to help us. So,
I'm gonna pass out cookies while we're going.
where do you
Everybody
keep
have a-
getting fucking cookies from?
Right here, bud. See? Right here.
I mean, I'm not going to complain because Otis loves cookies, but
Sure he does.
Way back on episode 1 or 2, I got a whole fucking tray, bro.
all I see is Silt's thing popping up, so there must be a good conversation going on.
Gods, I tell ya.
Yeah. They're worse than needy teenagers. Anyways, Daddy, who is this guy we're looking for? What does he look like?
Remy. He's a gnome.
Oh. Cool.
A gnome?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Well,
Any other conversation you guys want to have?
I mean, that's... Unless somebody else has got a question for Otis. I mean...
So basically, Nord's just gonna. Did you say Poseidon's trying to get back to his body? Get Nord back
Yeah.
to his body?
He's trying to
I
get back to
mean-
Nord's body.
That's what he claims. He didn't tell me anything else. About Njord, at least. Did something about a war or something like that.
I keep
War?
hearing
Like
Nord.
an
Isn't-
upcoming war?
I you know what? There was a great war before that they allegedly lost. All of a sudden, Poseidon's back. He's got his trident. You got Njord in the fucking whip. Who knows? We could still be in the middle of a great war. He just said there's a great war coming. I don't know. He said to start gathering whatever followers we can. Or at least he referred to his followers. Which I completely plan to do. Let's see here, what else? Sounds like we're going to have to go on a trip, because it sounds like his followers are scattered. Obviously. Seems like everybody in this fucking town does nothing but worship dickhead Talos. And...
Oh! Wait, what, wasn't that a Talos, altar that we were in?
Shrine,
Yes.
yeah. Temple.
Shrine, yeah. Yeah, so I on the word of Otis saying that name, I go, yeah, that's where we found the old man, like behind the Talios altar that we came across. He was all in chains and shit.
Well, I would look at Silt and say, well, that matches the description your little whippish friend gave me. At least.
I'm gonna call him Devo from now on.
Of Poseidon?
Devo, what's up?
Not necessarily description, but wasn't quite sure what happened.
So wait, who are you saying that the guy in the temple is?
Well, based off of the description of what Taddy gave me, it meets the description of the guy that I saw.
Okay. I
So
gotcha.
I'm assuming that that would be him, and I believe at one point, Njord and I had a conversation. Njord wasn't sure what happened to Poseidon. And that Poseidon could have either been killed or taken somewhere. Wasn't sure. But yeah, he said something about a war coming, so if Njord has some information on that, that would be great to know before we start getting fucking attacked out of nowhere.
Got other things on his mind right now, I'm afraid.
Oh, I'm sure he does. God just seemed to be one-track mind.
Oh no, there's two tracks. There's two tracks going here.
Mm.
They're parallel, but yeah.
But yeah, he warned that the depths were darker than any could imagine. What that means, I have no idea.
Well,
But it wouldn't be the first time that we've gotten into some shit, so...
makes our other problems seem pretty small, I guess. So, what the hell?
What other
Let's
problem?
go find what other all of our other problems that we've come across. You know, zombies and politics and
Yeah. Would be
even
great if some other people decided to use their godly influences to affect those things. As he looks down at the whip.
Devo! Whip it good.
We'll whip it real good.
But yeah, no, that's all I have, Silt. I mean, he took the trident from me, which
okay.
I don't have anymore.
Well,
Back to being a lowly mortal.
That old fancy trident I got for you?
Yeah,
He took it? He took it?
yeah, he did.
You want it back?
how did I see that coming?
Yeah. No. Bad Taddy.
Well, I'm just asking.
Bad Taddy. I'm going to start putting grease on your fingers. They're too damn sticky.
I got it once. I can find it again. I'm just saying.
But yeah, what you know, Silt, is what I know.
All right. Well, we'll deal with that when we get there, I suppose.
Yeah. Not gonna lie, a little mad at Poseidon for taking that damn trident. Was gonna go fuck with the Talos people.
I mean, it's
But-
his trident, right?
Yeah, but I could have used it to fuck with the Talos people, but no, he had to take it.
I mean, by the sounds of
There's
it,
no
it sounds like
point in
you're
that.
still gonna get an opportunity to fuck with the Talos people.
I know.
I mean,
But still.
at this rate, I'm
Otis is a
pretty sure
little
that-
salty about that. He's just spent the last I don't know what in-game time, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, dealing with this fucking chaos in his head from this shit.
Well, I mean, like, by the time we get back up there, they should be broke enough. They're probably got wooden swords.
Broke enough.
Oh yeah, dude. Oh yeah. No, I took care of that.
Stop.
They're gonna be broke.
The
fucked.
stock market it hasn't been great lately. That's
You're lucky I don't have the silent spell, Taddy.
Dude, like, I'm proud of that. That's a big
I don't
accomplishment, bro.
want to know about it.
I didn't give you no details. I just said it happened. Anyways, so okay, where we at?
You're gonna make another perception check for me real quick.
Everyone?
Nope, just him.
Another 13.
You find something that I'm gonna shoot you a whisper on.
Okay.
it's a god. Welcome to the club.
Yeah.
No.
Could you imagine?
Let's
I
see
would
how Taddy
absolutely-
does with the little voice in their head for a while.
The only god I see coming to talk to me would be Loki. I'm just saying.
No, you're
Well,
here.
I mean, we have to find the Greek god equivalent. Wait, unless is Njord of the Nordic
Yes.
variety? Oh, I didn't know we were gonna do that. Oh, then yeah, it's got to be Loki for sure. Do it, do it.
Do with that what you wish.
Oh. It's
You all see Taddy stop and bend over and kind of uncover some of the dirt on the ground and pick something up. I'll let Mike describe what that is, if and when he chooses to. And then what
No,
Mike
I'll
just
do it
did
right
is
now.
what Mike just did is his reaction as he sees this item.
yeah. You'll see my face go blank, and it'll be a little wooden dagger. It'll be like real rough and like you can tell it was just a couple pieces of wood. They're mismatched colors and some like old tweaky twine holding the two pieces together. And he's gonna go, this is Remy's. Remy's been here. Remy's been here.
Well, all right. We're on the right track then.
Make sure you add that trinket to your inventory, Mike.
I got it.
You continue onwards, looking for any other sign of your quarry. Following these tunnels being newer in development, or earlier in the stages of development rather, are not stripped out. So it's just the singular tunnel all the way down. You guys walk for an undetermined amount of time, as there's no way for you to keep track of time. Deeper and deeper into the depths. everybody make perception checks for me.
Perception. Doop.
Ooh.
Distracted.
That works. I don't think it'll matter if Odess catches it or not. Even with a 9, you will all hear something. A conversation.
Sounds like elf talk.
A conversation from up ahead. Gallon, when you read that, I gave you the language, but you're not fluent in it yet.
Right.
So, if you try to convey anything, you have to treat it like you don't quite know everything. Like you get the gist, but you don't get it word for word.
Mm-hmm.
How long ago was it that we were in with the guardian things?
What guardian?
Has it been like hours since we've been in there in the temple?
Oh, in the temple.
Yeah.
It's probably been close to 4 hours at this point.
Okay, never mind then. That spell would not be on still.
Yeah, no, you guys have been walking since you left the room with the ropers in it. You've been walking for what seems like at least a couple of hours.
Okay.
But
Okay,
you will all
so-
hear the conversation going up. Those of you who can't understand the language, you'll be able to understand that it's two separate voices talking back and forth. So you'll all, I'm assuming, stop and listen.
Mhm.
Go ahead.
Taddy's going to put his finger up to his lips and look at everybody because I'm kind of figuring I'm towards the front of the group since I have been
Yeah.
most of the time, and just go shh. Bad guys, that way, and I'll point towards the voices. We need one alive, and I want to try and sneak up on him.
Okay. Order of march going forward. I've got Taddy up front.
Yeah, we'll be towards the back.
I'll go behind Taddy.
Can you?
Mm.
Gallon towards the
Uh,
back. Silt behind Taddy.
I was
Silt,
gonna
is that a
say-
you thing?
Yeah.
Okay, I was gonna say because that's not a me thing that you're doing.
Nope, that's a me thing.
Okay,
Oh,
I'm gonna shrug my shoulders.
I'll nod. Just like, okay.
I guess we'll go like that.
Okay. Attempting to move quietly down the tunnel and sneak up on these individuals, I need everybody to roll a stealth check.
Can I pause and do a bonus action before we move forward?
Yeah.
Okay, I want to use my it's a psionic talent, psi replenishment. As a bonus action, you can calm your mind for a moment, restore your talent die back to its starting size.
Okay.
So that's all I want to do real quick before we go forward.
Center your chi, basically.
Yeah, because that when I used it for that stalactite dude, I maxed it out, which dropped it one level.
Gotcha. Okay.
Oh.
So you all begin inching your way forward, the rhythmic clank of Odessa's armor following you, echoing as you go. You make it about 15 feet before you decide to stop. And listen. And up ahead, the conversation continues with no important value, so I'm not going to type it out. Getting
Okay.
quieter and quieter as it's moving away from you.
I'm gonna look back at the clinky one and say, "Wait a minute," and turn to try and sneak up on him.
Okay. Everybody who's proceeding, make a stealth check.
I'm gonna go with
Otis and Mort will hang back.
Okay. Bear with me here. All right, so Gallon, Teddy, and Silt.
Can we tell about how far away they are from us?
Make a insight check.
I'm gonna do the same thing. Not a bad idea.
Silt, you can tell that they are quite a ways down this tunnel, and that the echoing is what's allowing you to be able to hear them. You're also very certain that if you can hear them talking, they could hear Odess clanking. You come up to a section. Bear with me.
I love that the map is titled Prison to Prison. I love it so much.
I just come up with random map names because if it were up to me, it would be Cave 1, Cave 2, Cave 3. Or
No,
the Golden
I
Cave.
genuinely,
So-
I love it. It's very
Uh,
clear and concise as to what's happening.
So the three of you come up to this section, and this was actually originally going to be the map with the old man in it. That's why it's Prison to Prison. That's the name of it. But I repurposed maps after I found a better one. You come up to this section. You can hear the voices a little bit clearer now. With a... What did you roll? Yeah, with a 23 insight. You can tell, Silt, that you're within probably 700 or so feet of the talking. The torches on the walls, which look like there's lights on them, do not actively have lights. But the torches are on the wall.
Okay. I'd relay to Taddy silently, telepathically, about 700 feet. I think I can only do that to one person at once, so.
Yeah, you can only do it one at a time. And I
Yeah,
don't think they can respond to you.
Let me look.
That's okay. I nod my head at hearing that. I know her voice by now. Okay, so can I still see Otis and Mortimer?
They are a few hundred feet, probably 800 or 900 feet up the hill. So it's flattened out where you guys are currently. And then just behind Gallon is where the slope starts, and he's probably about 800 or 900 feet up that slope. So you can't see him from where you're standing, but you know he's right there.
Fuck. Of course I did. Okay. Before we go any further, I am going to cast Psychic Whispers.
Okay.
On the party.
Okay. All right. So everybody's linked
Yes.
telepathically.
For the next hour.
Okay.
There we go. Everybody should have that. Psychic Whispers. Yeah. Okay. So in my head, I'm going to relay to the group. I did the whisper thing again. I'm going to try and sneak up and see what we're dealing with here. And then I'm going to turn to start trying to sneak up on him.
And I'm going to let him know that I'm going with him because I'm sneaky too. Oops.
Go ahead and move your tokens up to 30 feet.
Well, I'm gonna go around this corner. I'm gonna move this far for now. I just want to move until I can see something.
Gotcha.
I don't want to take the full 30 feet unless there's nothing there. Does that make sense?
Yep. I gotcha.
I'm gonna put a disguise on myself that's not anything other than just like black color. Just me, but black color.
Okay. So just make yourself black.
Yep.
Okay. I will say that gives you advantage on stealth checks.
Yes.
Only because it is pitch fucking black down here.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, you come around the corner. You see a small little room with some crates and such in it, mostly mining supplies from what you can tell. A set of tracks starts or runs across in front of you, and then you can see through the tunnel to a back wall. So you've got two left and right choices coming up.
Okay, but I don't see anything.
There's no
Any
movement,
people?
No
No
movement.
movement?
No people.
Okay, so I'm going to finish that. Oh, more hugging the wall, but yeah.
Okay. I'll move you out to the corner here.
Okay.
I can open this up.
Yeah, I'm doing the the spy thing, the hold the
Mhm.
wall, kind of look around.
I'm just sticking right with them because in case it gets dangerous.
Open it up a little more. So to the right is what kind of looks like what was a loading area for the mine cart that you see there, all damaged and such. And then the tracks continue off to the left where there's another broken down mine cart. Not sure where it goes. Can't see that far.
Sure. Can I decipher which way those voices were coming from? I know they're in this general direction, but now I got multiple
actually.
choices, so.
Coming from over there.
Okay. Well,
And you're much closer now. You're within probably 200, 300 feet, give or take.
gonna move my next 30 feet in that direction.
Is Gallon making a ruckus?
I noticed my stealth rolls are getting worse and worse. If y'all need me to stay behind, that's fine.
Well, if you are getting obvious, I would look at you and like, I guess I could talk to you, and I would say just stay there.
So with a 6 stealth, Gallon will stand there, breathing heavily.
It it's Drow something
You'd
I've
be
met.
familiar. You'd be familiar with the race, yeah.
Okay. So mentally I'd look at Silt and go use a Drow disguise.
I would nod and give myself a drow disguise.
I'm gonna fidget with my ring and do the same. I'd probably be a little short, but
It's okay.
Maybe.
Young little guy.
my mom smoked when she had me. I don't know.
With that 30-foot movement, you can tell the voices got a little bit louder. Still a little ways off, though.
Okay. Can't tell if it's left or right.
Not from here, no.
Okay, so I guess you're gonna get another stealth check, and I'm gonna come up to the corner.
Man, I know this armor isn't quite as much AC, but it's so nice not to have disadvantage on stealth checks.
All right. So the tunnel goes left and right. From where you're standing, the voices are coming from both directions.
Okay.
You would not recognize the race in that one. That last message I put out.
Gotcha. Okay. Psychically to Silt, I am going to say they were expecting a drow to show up with food.
How about
There's-
muffins?
I don't know what kind of food they eat down here, but I know that the sound is coming from both directions, so I say we split up. You go one way, I'll go the other. Figure out where the hell they are,
Okay.
and if we get spotted, just tell them you were looking for them to know where to deliver the food.
Sounds good.
All right. I guess I'll go left.
I'll go right. Oops. Where's this?
So Taddy, going left, you'll be able to hear the noises coming from this way.
Okay.
And Silt, there's only one way you can go from this point, which is straight and then to the left, or
Okay.
right on the map. At this point, the conversation has traversed into singing. Not loud singing, but like work song. Like railroad music, if that makes sense. Just kind of like something to kind of hum along to while you're moving or working.
I'm gonna say I think there's I think I found him in this tunnel over here, telepathically.
I will say okay and go back toward Teddy.
Silt, you will hear it coming from this way as well. Sorry.
Oh, okay.
Clarify that.
I'll let him know that that might meet. Ask him if he wants to flank or go in one way.
Mm. Well, I'm not familiar with these tunnels. None of us are, so I don't know what we're. See if you can figure out what's over there, and I'll see what I can figure out what's over here.
Yeah.
So I'm going for this corner.
Okay.
So I can peek around and see what's going on.
Right as the both of you get up to your respective corners and are about to peek your head around and look, the music and the footsteps stop. With your stealth checks, you glance around the corners. I will open up the map and don't see anything that you don't see on the map, at least.
Okay. Telepathically, I'm going to say I got a small tunnel that keeps going, but I don't see anything.
I've got I'm gonna peek my head out just a little bit more and say a possibly large space. I don't see anything yet.
Okay. Then let's go to the big place together. Then I'm gonna
Okay.
try and work my way. Yeah. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
And then once I reach Silt, just kind of do the head nod in the direction of the cave, and we'll sneak together.
And as we go in here, I'm going to tell Gallon which, like, update her on, like, straight and then right and then to
Okay.
the big cavern.
Beautiful. You both come around to
Cool.
the next corner. Find this large cavern. Taddy, your distance association is good enough. You'd be able to tell this opening over here was the tunnel you were about to head down. But you see
Okay.
a large, empty chamber in front of you.
Is there a way out?
Just the two tunnels that you guys were either came in or were going to come in. Giggity.
What yeah, in the group telepath chat line. What the hell?
I'm gonna mumble, why can't anything just be fucking normal?
Right.
If it's empty, should we join you? This is all telepathically, of course.
Let me try one more thing, maybe. If they're expecting a drow with food, let me get some muffins out and just ramble in here and be ready. In
Okay.
case I'm
What?
stepping into.
While she's rambling, I'm gonna meditate for a second, because I gotta shrink my die size. Well,
How long does that take?
it's a bonus action.
Okay.
Just a few
And
seconds.
I'm going to telepathically ask Taddy or Gallon, how do you say food in drow?
I mean, does Drow speak Undercommon?
I don't
Yeah,
Do we
know.
know that?
Whatever those guys were speaking.
I would relay to her. They're expecting drow, but they're speaking undercommon, and the word you're looking for is, I'll say food in undercommon.
Okay. I will try to practice that a few times. And
I think it'll be easy enough to pick up how to say one word.
yeah, okay. I will make my way out into this chamber saying food questioningly with my muffins.
I'll go with her.
Okay. You step out saying food in Undercommon. Your voice echoes through the cavern. No response, nothing happens.
Telepathically, I'm gonna ask Taddy, how do you say hello?
I will. In Undercommon, I will say, hello?
Again, your voice echoes through the empty cavern. No response, nothing happens.
To Taddy telepathically, I'll say, let's give it just like a minute and then say out loud something like, okay, let's go. They're not here or something like that.
Okay. So I will wait a minute. And then, yeah, I'll say out loud, in Undercommon, I guess we're not that hungry. Let's head back.
Nothing
As I
happens.
turn around and start heading back. And as we reach this point, I would open up the party line to the rest of the group and say, don't know where they went, but you can probably move forward quietly. And keep moving forward. And I look at Silt and say, I guess we go check a different tunnel?
Yeah.
Gallon, Odess, you guys catching up?
Yep.
Yeah, if I can hear them say that, yeah.
Yeah, you're connected telepathically.
And so is Mortimer, so don't leave him behind.
Well,
It's
when
just hanging.
Odess gets there, Mortimer is not with him.
What?
Where's Mortimer?
Well, he said that he had enjoyed his adventure with you guys, but felt that he was needed to return since I was here,
Okay.
and said that he could find his way back to the ship.
That
As long
little
as he
freak
didn't get eaten or something while you were standing next to him.
Oh no.
Taddy's gonna look at Otis and go, that little creep went back for the whipping party.
Well, he did mention something about you and chains.
Yeah,
When he left.
he wanted to go party with them when they were whipping those guys at that altar. So that's probably where he went.
He said he'll be looking forward for you to return. So, whatever you
What?
guys got going. That's all he said. He said nothing
dude,
more and walked
Tony,
off.
that dude's creeper.
Gonna
Shiver.
put my black cat disguise back on too while they're
Okay.
talking.
So
Back to your regular self.
Regular but
Oh,
dark.
Black cat, got it.
Yep. Shadow cat.
I'm gonna stay in the drow outfit, and I'm just gonna say, okay, guys, just I want to keep the idea that I'm a drow bringing food, since I heard that's what they were looking for.
Mm-hmm. I'm gonna fall
But
back and stay behind everybody this time.
yeah,
Make sure
just let
nothing's.
me get ahead of you guys a little bit. Just stay back some, but don't get too far, because I don't know what the fuck we're walking into.
Gonna
I mean,
expedite
need
this
food?
part just a hair. If you zoom out so
Okay.
you can see the entire map, I've revealed
All right.
all of it.
Ha.
There is a small tunnel here and here. You spend the better part of the next 4 or 5 hours or so going through those tunnels. They all lead to dead ends.
Jeez.
At the end of which, you make it back
Buffalo.
here to where you are. Buffalo, be a good boy. You make it back to here. This being the only way up and the last known location of the voices.
Hmm.
Having searched all the tunnels, and you're all starting to feel tired. Like you
Mhm.
put in a day's work.
I could use some rest.
Can I when we're wandering about these caves,
Yeah.
can I keep an eye out for anything that stands out?
Perception
Like,
or
right.
investigation, your choice.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be investigation because I'm looking for writing on the wall like I did before, or signs.
You don't find anything in the tunnels.
Or the cave, or the nothing. And I'm assuming we went back into the cave.
So after the tunnels, you come back into the cave, dumbfounded at where the hell these damn things went and what's going on, and start looking through the cave. And you find a section of wall in the cave between here and here that looks off.
Hmm.
Like it's the same texture of rock, but it doesn't quite match the rest of the wall.
Look for anything on the wall, markings, levers, lights.
Is it just Taddy that notices that?
Yes. You'll notice Taddy looking closely at the wall in that area.
What you got
Yeah,
there, Taddy?
I'll point it out as soon as I see it. Yeah, like
I will.
something looks off over here. I don't know what it is, but something's not right.
I will help investigate.
So you help investigate. You notice the same thing that Taddy just saw. Gallon, with your passive perception, as you hearing their conversation and turning to look, you see a shimmer on the wall. Roll an Arcana check.
Oh, man.
Why out of all the times that's the time? Who knows?
You
Hey,
have,
you crit when we need it, damn it! You crit when you need it.
you haven't experienced this exact scenario before, but you remember a job you did for one of the Druid tribes, the Southern Druid tribe to be specific. And when you went to get rewarded, one of the Druids walked through what you thought was a like seaweed wall, but they just passed right through it as if it wasn't there. And when they passed through, it made the same shimmer like what you just witnessed.
I'm gonna say, "Oh, guys, check this out," and then I'm just gonna walk straight through it.
Can I, if I'm standing there, can I do like a dex check to try and grab her arm?
We'll treat it like a grapple.
If
Okay.
I saw Taddy doing that, I would try to help.
Okay, so one of you
Stop
can roll
her.
at advantage, or both of you can roll regulars separately. And then Gallon, I need either acrobatics or athletics to try and not get grabbed, or you can just let them grab you.
What kind of check is it
Strength.
for our end? Strength. Yeah, go ahead and roll at advantage, Silt, because
Otis, I'm going to assume
Okay.
you're nearby.
Yeah, that's fine. I gotta step into the other room real quick.
Okay.
Ooh.
Both of you roll again. We're going to go till somebody wins this. I'm not going to play a tie on it.
Oh, it's gonna be them. Y'all snatched me.
Slippery.
So Taddy slows you down just enough for Silt to grab hold of you. Grabs you as you're like platform 9 3/4ing this rock wall. And both of you look at Galen and just complete disbelief. Odess, you will notice that while they grabbed onto her, one of her arms is sticking through the rock wall, about a foot in front of her. So her arm is gone up to like mid-bicep right now.
Telepathically, I'm gonna shoot. We don't know what's on the other side.
Besides your arm.
Besides your arm, yeah, right.
Well, you guys don't see her arm is missing because of the way you had to stand to grab her.
Okay.
You don't see that. Only Odess does.
But we saw the wall, and we saw her walking towards it. So
Yeah.
that's why I would have been like, whoa, whoa, whoa.
I'm out, Galen.
Yep.
I have a false sense of safe security being in this nice big empty room.
I can tell.
Galen, you obviously know your arm is through the wall. I know Brad had to step away, so if you
Yeah.
want to say anything.
No. I'll just kind of like slowly pull it back.
Okay. So, seeing her walking towards the wall, telepathically, I'm going to say, let me go through because I look like what they are
You still
expecting.
don't know that you can just walk through it. You have not seen
Oh,
or been told that.
well then my I'll change what I'm saying, but I will say something. How did you do that?
Yeah, no, there's like a slight shimmer on the wall, and I remember this from a past job where I worked with some druids, and you could just like pass through it, and then it kind of shimmers once you do. It's magic.
Of course. Of
Woogie,
course.
woogie, woogie, woogie.
Jesus. So just walk through it, you say?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, then I will say what I said before. That they're expecting a drow to walk through, not a sea elf. So let me take lead on this.
Okay.
And I will attempt to walk through the wall.
You pass through. There's a moment where your vision is just filled with sparkles, very similar to your fairy fire. But that moment passes less than a moment later as you come out the other side of it, and you see a continuing tunnel heading downwards.
Is there anybody standing there?
Nope.
Telepathically, I'd say, okay, it's a tunnel and there's nobody here.
I will let Galen go. And we can walk through the tunnel, the door.
Pass. I'm going to assume Odess is coming with. More tunnel work. As you begin to inch your way down, fatigue is starting to weigh on you. Tired.
Oh yeah,
Somebody
tired.
needs a cat nap. But it doesn't take long. About 15, 20 minutes, give or take, of walking. And the tunnel opens up with lights up ahead. You
Okay,
can also hear the sound of both running and falling water, as if there's a waterfall of some sort and a stream running.
Okay.
And the distant voices of a number of individuals. Like not one or
Okay.
two or three or even 10. There's a good number of people and their voices are echoing up this tunnel.
Are they all still speaking gobbledygook?
There are so many, and it is so far away. You hear the noise. You can tell that it's, for lack of a better word,
Speech.
a mob of some sort, but you can't
Uh-huh.
make out what any of them are saying.
Okay.
Is there? Is it, well, okay. So I'm gonna say I know we're tired, but I'm afraid at this point where we're at, stopping to rest is very, very dangerous. But up to you guys. Do you want to go back to the caves and find a cubbyhole to hide in, or do we want to continue on? Because we now know where the noises are coming from, and I'm pretty sure one of them knows where Remy is. After I heard the conversations in the tunnel, that's why I said we needed one alive.
Is this whole group bad people? Like the two in the tunnel you said?
I'm gonna shrug. I don't know. Just the two in the tunnel were talking about hurting Remy. Well, a gnome, and I'm just assuming when they said gnome, it might be Remy.
Mm. Okay.
But they obviously meant to do people harm, and something about a gate and killing people. Their master. I don't know.
Jesus.
Yeah. I didn't relay all that because I was hoping we could catch one and interrogate them to figure out what the fuck was going on. But yeah, so here we are. I know I'm feeling the tired fatigueness, and above table DM mentioned we all were. So Taddy would say it looks like we all are. But with people like that roaming around, I just don't think it's safe for us to set up camp here. But we are a group, so before we go any further, what do you guys want to do?
No, I think that makes sense.
Above table, if you continue downwards into the tunnel, you're all going to take a level of exhaustion. You've been awake that long.
Yeah, I'm not.
Can we do a short rest?
You could.
Like set up, just set down along the wall in a cubbyhole if there is one nearby, and just rest for a few hours to stop from getting the fatigue.
I will say it will fend it off for a little while, but it won't stop it from coming. You'll need a long rest to go onwards for an extended period of time. Might buy you an extra hour or two.
Okay, so I guess the next question I need to ask is how. I'm going to do this above table. Just trying to do both, but I'm trying above table. I'm trying to figure out if y'all are exhausted enough that you need a long rest to use your abilities.
My
In-game,
spells will
it would
come
be
back
something along
after
the
a
lines-
short rest.
Okay.
So
My
I mean-
short rest act like long rest.
Katie, you multi-classed. Your warlock spells will come back after a short rest. Your sorcerer
right, those
ones
are
need a long rest.
the only ones I used.
Okay, just
Uh,
making sure.
per my notes, I could use a short rest. That would get all my stuff back.
I don't like the possibility of exhaustion, but if it gains us a couple hours, then maybe that's okay. Maybe we can get done what we need to do in a couple hours.
Okay. Well then,
Maybe this is just a camp and we can finish a rest there if they're not unfriendly.
Well, I mean, like I said, with the conversation I overheard, at least the ones that were near us are definitely not good people.
Well, but they're not killing each other, so
Yeah, you got a point. Okay, so how about we stop where we are and we take a few hours for a long enough for a short rest?
4 hours for a short rest.
Okay, so let's take 4 hours right where we're at. Just plop our butts down and meditate, kumbaya, whatever we need to do for 4 hours. And then we'll
Everybody good with that?
continue and
Yeah.
Mhm.
I just, what do I have to roll in order to make my short rest a long rest?
Nothing.
Oh, okay.
yeah.
And I have a question about time of day, not because I need to know about it in game, but for the alchemy jug, when it replenishes at dawn. Is it dawn yet?
No.
Dog. Okay.
Gallon.
Yeah.
According to the combat tracker, you have some damage.
Mhm.
When we use short rests, we should be able to use the
She has trance. A short rest is a long rest for her.
So I'll heal up just fine.
right. Okay. Well, I wasn't sure if that applied health wise.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Okay.
Trance is all the benefits of a long rest.
Okay.
So does she ever need to use her healing dice?
Not really, no. Well, technically, for Odess and Gallon, a short rest would be 2 hours.
Okay.
So,
So,
if they
a
had
2
2
hour
hours
rest
of
you could use.
downtime,
Okay.
they could take a short rest. You and Taddy need 4 hours to take a short rest.
That's cool.
So,
Okay. Well, I'm gonna use one of my health die for that short rest.
so Taddy is gonna get a short rest. Silt is gonna get a short rest, and Odess and Gallon are gonna get long rests as you all sit for 4 hours. Go through your stuff, make sure you got back everything you're supposed to get back. I know we had an issue a couple weeks ago with things not
Looks like it.
replenishing. And everybody make a round of. Well, no, I take that back. Gallon and Odess need to meditate for that 4 hours to get the long rest benefit. So Silt and Taddy make perception checks for me as you guys keep an eye out. Beautiful. The 4 hours goes by fairly uneventfully. There were some moments where voices got louder, seemingly got closer, but then turned and moved away before they got close enough to cause concern.
Any
Both of you-
conversation worth notating
you
from
weren't
those?
able to pick up any actual words.
Okay.
Both of you make insight checks for me. Beautiful. From sitting and listening to just the noise, the sheer volume of the noise, you spend some time guessing at how many creatures you're listening to. And by your best
Right.
guess, there are at least a couple hundred. Like it is a city's worth of noise.
Okay. Well, once we've finished getting our rest in, and we've determined all that information, I'm gonna suggest we slowly proceed forward until we can see what we're hearing and survey what we're walking into.
I gotta go let my dog out.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, you could do that too, I guess. Just let the dogs out.
I don't know if she has her headphones on, so we're gonna wait a second.
Okay, but is that possible though, DM?
Yeah, kind of inch your way forward until you see.
Yeah. Can we hug Otis in any way, shape, or form to help him not be rattly?
I don't think so.
Is this where the 5 gallons of mayonnaise would come in handy? Like stuff it in the cracks and lubricate his
everything.
gear and shit.
Hell yeah!
Why's that dog keep licking me? I'm not even going to make you guys roll stealth checks. You work your way down the tunnel. It's maybe another 15, 20 minutes until it opens up. When it opens up, what you see is something none of you have ever even dreamed of before. This is like the fantasy story your great-grandparent told you that their great-grandparent told them from when they were children type story. It is
Super lore.
Yeah, it's super lore. It is a giant cavern. What you see immediately before you is a series of walkways and stone bridges underneath which a river flows. Not a stream, a river flows from right to left. When you look off to the right, you see a small waterfall. And up on top of the cliff that the waterfall is coming down from is a large, you can make out large city buildings carved out of stone. And that's where the noise is coming from. The cavern is aglow with foliage, mostly mushrooms, and other various mossy type plants. You can see that the city is built somewhat strategically. As far as you can tell, there's only one way in or out, which passes directly past a guard tower.
I'm gonna put Drow costume back on.
Okay. You guys are quite a ways away from where the tower is. It would probably take you the better part of an hour to walk over there.
Oh god. So it's really big.
It is big.
Like,
This cavern
and
is
huge.
a couple 100 feet tall. The walls of the ceiling lined with luminescent foliage. Giant stone pillars supporting it.
Couple things. Number one, I pulled the psychic whispers because they only last for an hour.
Okay.
So we are not telepathically linked at the moment. Number two, does it look like there is, looking at this picture, I'm seeing buildings in the distance.
Mm-hmm.
Is it possible that there's some type of building structure that might be close to where we are? Maybe we can sneak into it? Preferably one that looks abandoned?
There are no buildings between you and the city.
Okay. Well, since we're all here looking at the city, nobody told me anything about a city. So but the voices mentioned gnome. We're looking for a gnome. So maybe he's in there somewhere.
I think this is the Underdark.
Oh, okay. Well,
So the creatures that live here have a sort of pseudo civilization.
well, I don't know nothing about that other than faint stories.
Been around since
Yeah.
before the old wars. Okay, I gotta go let my dog in.
Yep, dude.
Okay.
Dog. They're barking.
All right, mine's been driving me nuts all night.
So I guess Mm. Mm.
Wait for Katie because she's talking to Tempest, who's giving her information.
Yeah, no, I'm still trying to tabulate in my head what's the best thing to suggest here. Well, in this, you said there's super lore that we all caught from hand-me-down stories. Was there anything on the place being dangerous?
It,
So
I mean-
everything Katie's gonna tell you rings bells from the super lore you got from your great grandparents.
Okay.
it's
I'm just wondering if we can just walk in or if we need to sneak about.
well, they're violent creatures. Durgar, like dwarves, and drow, like we know. Shriekers and styres, Roths as livestock. A lot of them resemble the like the old world, but have adapted to life underground.
Okay, well, so sounds like it's probably would not be a friendly place.
Probably not.
But
Goblins, trolls.
it's the only lead we got.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm gonna say we're gonna have to go in there.
Well, I think you and I could probably be safe-ish by.
As many
Hey!
rolls.
Buffalo.
Starting to think buffaloes are safe word.
Well, that dog
I love
is
it when
raising chaos
pets are named-
tonight.
I was gonna say I love it when pets are named after other animals. Nothing better than a pit bull named Goose.
That
My
dog. Sweet.
my grandfather's got a Shih Tzu named Sherman, short for Sherman King.
Oh,
Nice.
like Sherman from the Rocky and Bullwinkle dog, but the kid.
Oh, okay.
Oh
Never
yeah.
mind.
No, I got
Sherman.
you.
Okay.
Yeah, trying to figure out what I'm trying to tabulate our best course of action. I remembered that the people I heard talking was sending patrols to capture surface dwellers and bring them to the city.
Oh. So, sounds like we could be patrol catching surface dwellers.
Yeah.
To
Durgar? Is that a race?
Yeah, like dwarves.
to back up a little bit to your previous mention of someplace to hide, you would be able to approach the entry to the city without being spotted easily enough. Once you're
Okay.
within a couple 100 feet, it would be more and more difficult to impossible.
Sure. Well, I was hoping for like I said, an outbuilding.
Yeah. No, there's nothing like that, but you will definitely be able to get close enough to start to see things before you have to expose yourselves.
We can use
Sweet.
that if we need to.
So we can see creatures to mimic them.
Mm-hmm. Possibly.
I also have Pass Without a Trace,
That would
if y'all want to
definitely
use it.
Yeah. I mean, we could try and can definitely try and use that to if we can position ourselves like somewhere to get a. Is there somewhere we can position ourselves to get a good view of the city itself, other than where we are now?
I mean, it's a really tall cavern. There are some outcroppings and cliff edges higher up the wall. You just have
Oh,
to
what the
get up
fuck
to
am I
them.
talking about? I can fly.
I know you can. I just didn't want to say it. I was seeing how long it would take you.
Yeah.
But everyone
Wait,
else would have to
okay.
climb or something to get
Okay, so
to a vantage
so
point.
let me do this then. Guys, hold on a second. And if I can go straight up from where I am, I'm gonna go straight up and get a aerial view from where we're at and look for some kind of building that we could sneak into and kind of set up base shop, figure something out from there.
So there's no building or anything between you and the entry to the city.
No,
There
I mean in the
are-
city.
In the city?
Yeah, like right inside the city.
Well, here, I'll just show you what you see. So, zoom
Is
out
it a big
bit.
map?
It's not super huge.
Okay. Well, it was all black. That's why I asked.
Give it a second.
It just came up.
Just
Just
a second.
came up while we were talking.
So,
yeah.
zoom out so you've got like a 2-inch margin all the way around the edge of the map.
Okay.
You guys are down here right now.
Okay.
So you are able to see that the city has, the cavern walls. This
Yeah.
is where you enter in. There's a little path right here. Between where you are and there are some good-sized cliff edges and little cubbies in the cavern walls that you could sit and tuck into if you needed to take some time to plan something out. But as far as the city goes, you can see there are hundreds of creatures living here. Even if you were able to sneak into a building, your guess is every building here has a purpose or is at least slept in, just by the sheer volume of creatures that you're seeing.
Okay. The edges. Here, let me get my pinger. The edges down here, or even over this way.
So those are just to signify the edge of the cavern. Just to give a little flavor to the map. They're not actual cliffs.
Okay, so they're just walls.
Yeah.
Okay. I was just wondering if maybe we could set up camp on one of those, but okay, if those are just walls, then yeah.
I mean, once you get in there, you could absolutely go up to a cliff edge. There's still cliff edge in the city proper area. You would just have to get in and up to them.
Okay.
But you notice between where you are and the entry, there are a number of cliff jutty type things where you could post up with a vantage point and at least be able to see what you're planning against.
Okay. Well, knowing that would be where I would come back down, essentially describe everything that I saw on the map. Shit ton of people, shit ton of buildings, towers, one where we're at, a couple of them on the other side, and relay the advantage spots. And see what everybody else is thinking, because right now I'm thinking sneaking in and hiding somewhere isn't going to be an option.
Yeah, too many.
Yeah.
I mean, Otis isn't really gonna sneak very well either.
Well, I mean, we could use up Gal's Pass without a trace. That gives us an hour to be pretty well undetectable. Fingers crossed.
Get into one of those jettisons with the vantage points.
Yeah, and learn what we can learn, and then we better know if, like, you and I need to disguise ourselves as denizens of the Underdark with prisoners that we've captured. We have more information to make us more convincing at least, if we're trapped. If we can't find a place to hide or whatever.
Well, I can speak Underdark, so
Well,
I
I
mean-
can too for an hour.
well, I mean, with me knowing their language, I can learn everything I can while I'm there. I can disguise myself as, I mean, I'm already a drow, so
Mm-hmm.
go in, try and find the bar, I guess. That seems like a good spot. Find the bar, see if I can get some information on where they're holding the prisoners. And then come back, get you guys, and we can pass Otis and Galen off as captured, as we captured them, and then I can help Silt decipher what disguise to use.
And then take them to the.
Take them there
Well,
and see if we can
take
find
them.
Remy.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
All right, so yeah, let's do that. Let's do. We'll use pass without a trace to get ourselves to the jettison with the vantage points, and then I'll go in and do some recon.
Well, there is enough cover to whichever jettison you guys choose, as long as you don't get within, quarter mile of that first watchtower. So you won't need to use pass without a trace as you start working your way up.
You're pinging over here, right? So I'm going to say one of those. If there was one over there, I'd say one of those.
Yeah, the real question is how high up the wall do you guys want to go, and how do you intend on getting up there for those who can't fly?
Well, I'm climbing.
Okay.
And I'm comfortable with however high.
It just so happens, I'm pretty sure they're in here somewhere. Yeah, I got 10 pittance.
I have some of those too. If anybody needs to borrow them.
Yeah.
Or
Got
have
pittance, I
them.
got rope.
So let's
Yeah,
back up. How high up the wall do you guys want to go first? I would say you need at least 100 feet to get a decent vantage point on the city.
If there's a cubby hole at the 100 feet mark and
Yeah.
we got vantage, then I'm going to say that's where we're heading.
Okay.
Do we all need to go to that vantage point?
Well, with you guys being here at the vantage point, that means you're close to the city and you're hidden. If you stay out here on this pathway and the patrol comes through, you might actually get captured. That's what I'm trying to help prevent. But it's your call. What you want to do. But that's going to be my suggestion is let's get you guys in a spot where you can hide and still see what's going on and close by so we can come back and get you once we figure out what we need to figure out.
I get it. Okay. For some reason, I thought you guys were using the vantage point as a spot to observe the
No,
city.
the vantage points so that you guys can see what's going on, you're close by, and you're hidden.
And you're safe.
Gotcha.
Yes.
I'm gonna take a
Also-
nap.
It also doubles as everybody is safe and can spend time looking and planning
Mm-hmm.
before any risk is taken. So.
I mean,
Okay.
here's my opinion. If you're gonna do that, have Taddy fly up and put the pittance in, and that's gonna make an easier climb for us.
Yeah.
I'm probably going to want to go back and take them out after you guys get up so that there's no signs that other than the holes in the wall.
You have a crowbar, right?
Yes.
Okay. Just making sure.
Yeah, it's part of the thieves kit. Pittance and
Pittons aren't exactly meant to be just pulled out by hand, so they wouldn't do much good for climbing otherwise.
pittance, crowbar, candles. I got oil.
You got a hammer too,
rope.
right?
Somebody has a hammer. Who has the
I
hammer?
mean, I definitely have a hammer.
No, I have a
I have
hammer.
a crowbar.
I was gonna say I thought I had smithing tools, which I would assume had a hammer in it, but
I have
I
a
would
crowbar
choose
and a hammer.
Okay.
So with all that being established, you guys have some issues, but no major issues getting the 100 feet up and then going back and removing the pittons, or at least the lower couple, to make sure that they're not spotted. And you now all have vantage over the city. From this distance, just over a quarter mile from the city, you can see a number of creatures kind of moving through these areas, the closest areas to you. Anything
Mhm.
farther than that, they're kind of a blur. But you make out what you assume to be Duragar, which basically look like dwarves, just with a kind of stone gray colored skin. What you think are drow, tall, slender, elvish, but again with white hair and gray colored skin. Yeah, no.
Whatever I was looking for.
Whatever
doesn't
it
matter.
was, nope. Things that you identify for sure, kobolds and goblins and hobgoblins. You have encountered those on the surface. You also spot a few humans. They are extremely pale, but they are definitely human. And at one point, you catch a glimpse of a large, horned, furry creature. And I'm going to share the picture of it, but none of you have any clue what it is because you have never really seen land animals, period.
Would I presume that that's a Roth or whatever?
You have no idea.
Well, because
Phew.
that's what.
Well, yeah, based off that description earlier, that would be a fair assumption.
Okay.
Ignore the little winged cat thing there. That just comes with the picture. You're looking at the big buffalo-looking thing. The one you spotted was hauling a large cart of goods. So clearly it's a beast of burden.
Okay. Well,
You are able to kind of determine that this big red cluster, is a market area of sorts. This area here on the little island is like a gathering place of some sort, like an event center, if you will. And the rest of it is pretty much just all city. What you originally thought all the buildings were made out of stone still stands, but there are a large number of tents lining the streets between the buildings, indicating that the population has boomed significantly since the stone buildings were built, and they had to create tent homes to compensate for the increase in population.
okay. So, um, hmm. Well, since we're up here and safe, there's no way we're gonna get in and find what we're looking for quickly. Much as I don't want to, I say we take that long rest.
I'm down with that.
Okay. So I'm gonna say if there's no objections, DM, I say we all take a long rest right here in the cubbyhole.
I have no issues with it if that's what everybody wants to do.
I'm good with that.
Sure.
Everyone roll me around to perception checks. I'm assuming you're going to keep watch
Yes.
over the next 8 hours.
I use my die roll on perception since I'm skilled with it, proficient with it.
If your ability allows you to, you can, yeah.
Well, it says anything that I'm proficient in skills.
You can then.
Okay.
Okay.
So that'll bump me up to a 12. Not the greatest, but not horrible.
I'll give you a long rest first. There you go. If you got any abilities you're supposed to have on you, make sure you pop them bad boys on. All right. Yeah, it's more the same. You just kind of spend the 8 hours if you're on watch, watching the same creatures I listed off before come and go. You don't really notice any variation.
That insight check that I tried to make earlier, that was a straight no, which understandable why it was. Was meant for me to try and determine if it looked like there's people stumbling out of any of these buildings, like it's a bar, tavern, pub.
Okay. So
So I'm going to continue doing the same during my watch.
You wouldn't be able to pick anything like that out during your watch.
Okay.
Will it be time for new day rolls after the
Yes.
long rest? Okay.
Yes, dawn will have passed by this point. So if you have dawn stuff to do, go ahead and do that now. And
Look at
your
us all
alchemy
together,
jug.
working together.
The alchemy jug dawn would have passed. So
Okay.
if you want to do anything with that,
I guess I'll make it water so I can soak.
yeah, no. You guys wouldn't have really noticed anything new. Silt and Gallon, during your watches, you would have noticed every couple of hours a patrol gets sent out, or a couple of patrols get sent out, and they usually return shortly after or shortly before the next set of patrols go.
So there is time when there's nobody in the tunnels outside of the city.
Yeah.
Okay.
But other than that, you guys all wake up long rested, ready to start your dark day.
Okay.
Vastist?
Just looking to see if I can, besides the buildings that you pointed out, see if I can gather any information, presume any information about other areas.
Yeah. So there's kind of buildings off along the walls on either side. By your best guess, these are agricultural plots of some sort.
Mm.
You're not sure what they're growing, but there's larger spaces in between buildings where you can see the luminescent glow. You're assuming something is being cultured there. You spot this large furnace-looking building over here, which basically just looks like a giant forge from where you are. That's really it. A couple of mine tunnels at the far end. You do note that there are no. It doesn't appear as if there are any walkways down the two back tunnels. It looks like that's solely just where the river comes in from.
Okay. Are there any boats in the river at all?
There are not.
Okay.
So while we're kind of waking up first thing in the morning, I'm gonna pull out one of my daily rations and eat one of those because I ain't trying to get food fatigue.
Yeah, I'm going to as well, seeing Tabby do that.
And you guys been munching on cookies for the last 12 hours or so I wasn't too worried about it.
Oh, has he been sharing? Sharing?
Yeah.
Sharing?
He
What-
was
what?
offering, so
Yeah, you were
I
sharing
offered
cookies.
once. I offered once.
One really long share for the whole adventure.
Hey, okay, I'll take off another set. It's okay. I got plenty. So,
it's your guys'
Yeah,
show
no.
right now. I got no clue what you want to do, so
okay. So, DM said you two saw patrols. Do you relay that information?
Yes.
Me, I did. Yes. Yes, I would.
Okay. Yeah, you two. Me and Otis didn't see shit.
Yes.
Okay. So I'll say, well, let's stick with the drow outfits for now. Silt, and let's go down and see if we can find ourselves a bar, pick some information.
Okay. My drow outfit is going to be like the moodiest looking drow that you don't want to talk to.
make insight checks for me.
Okay.
Sorry. Not feeling very insightful. I hope Taddy is. Taddy.
As soon as the words leave your lips, Taddy, you would have a second thought that these drows are elven in origin and very tall, whereas the Duergar, kobolds, goblins are more you guys sized. Maybe there's a better option there.
Okay. So yeah, let's switch from drow to I don't want to do the I don't want to do the Durgan thing yet. Because we want to use those Duergar. Yeah, I don't want to do the Duergar thing till we go for prisoners.
Okay.
I want something that's normalized, blends into the normal people. So I'm gonna say goblin. I'll go goblin. That's my size.
Or goblin's a little too small for me, being a normal size.
You can do up to a foot taller or shorter, if I remember correctly.
Yeah.
So you'd be on the taller end of goblin, but you wouldn't be an abnormally tall goblin.
Would she be normal size for a drow? I mean, if she's stuck with the drow, would she be good?
She would be a short drow.
Wow.
Okay, so she's too short for a drow too. Okay. No, it's just curious. I wasn't sure.
I'll be a goblin. Haven't been a goblin yet.
Okay. So what are you guys doing? Talk me through it.
Okay, so once we get our disguises picked out, I'm gonna say we head down and go see if we can find ourselves a bar. I'm sure we can get information from somebody at a bar.
Also, Taddy, my goblin is just not going to be a talkative type, just moody. So
Yeah,
you
fine.
know that my personality. So if you need to explain for people.
You want to be mute?
Yeah, well, maybe not like.
I mean, we're traveling partners. So
Yeah, I can be
you're
mute.
And yeah, I you know me, I know you, and if you need to tell me anything, you can do it telepathically, right? So
Yep.
I'll just pretend like you make some hand gestures. I'll pretend you're saying something to me, and If anybody asks, you're mute, and I'm your friend.
Sounds good.
And I'm Dylan.
Dylan?
Is that a name that's a goblin name? I don't know. What's a goblin name?
Yeah.
Ragthar.
The goblins you have met all have seemingly regular names up on the surface.
Okay. What's your name, Silt?
Seemingly regular names. The goblins.
You said you're doing Dylan?
Sure, why not?
Okay.
Gosh, I don't know. My brain doesn't feel.
Hold
Ben.
on, I got you.
Gallon had something. What was it?
Sven.
Sven?
Sven.
I like it. Let's do it.
Sven and Dylan the Goblin. That's Dylan spelled with a Y. Just complicate shit.
Whatever. All right. So the two of you climb/fly down, cross the
Yeah.
nearest.
We could use a rope, right, from this point for her to get down. Like,
Oh, I can climb just fine.
She's a cat.
Oh,
She
I'm a
has
cat.
climb speed.
okay, cool.
It's more like hopping from jut to jut and
Okay.
sinking her claws in to not slide, but it works.
Okay, that's cool. Well, I just didn't want to have to put the pittance back out for her. That's all.
Oh, no. Nope.
But you guys get down, start your approach up the walkway, nearing the city gate. Gallon and Odess, what are you guys doing while they are in the city? To kind of do a broad stroke with you real quick.
Catching up on all of our escapades.
Yeah.
I would have asked him, like, hey, what was going on when we were, like, down in the depths?
I think you were here for that episode, weren't you?
Yeah.
So he would relate
Insert
you
daddy issues here.
no kidding. Yeah, he would relay to you everything that happened. And then he would say that at some point he would need Gal's help or something, maybe.
Right, with what, buddy?
You know what? Are we high enough that somebody would hear our conversation?
You guys are 100 feet up off the nearest walkway, and from what you've seen, there's not a lot of foot traffic on this side of the river. So you're probably a good 3, maybe 500 feet away from the nearest point where somebody would be standing, but there's nobody there currently.
Okay. Let me see if I can even do this real quick.
Just still go with Sven with a Y too. Love it.
Sven. Okay.
Oh, no, that's not what I needed. I need that one. No, I can't do that. But yeah. Otis would tell you everything that happened previously. And that he is going to, I mean, obviously he's going to disclose about his dad. And that he is going to go, I guess, hunting for them at some point.
Hunting for who again?
His dad.
His dad.
Oh, okay, gotcha. No, gotcha. Hunting for him. Okay, gotcha.
Yeah. And he's gonna ask if Gal will remind him to get some incense when he goes back to the city.
Yeah, I mean that BO is strong with that cleric. He needs some incense.
Mm-hmm.
He's knocking people out when he was running down their way, remember?
Which above table is that in play now?
What?
That Odess has that situation where like he's gotta go to the water?
You don't know, but you haven't seen any issues since he arrived approximately 12 hours ago.
Cool. All I need to know.
Anything else for you two?
I thought we had covered that in the game, though.
What?
That particular quirk.
Well, we covered why he was doing it before.
You know what you know.
I don't think you guys were ever actually told what was going on. You just knew that he went crazy from time to time.
Mm-hmm.
We knew it was a god thing.
Right.
Did you have that?
So-
Yeah, I vaguely remember
Because-
you having a conversation, but
I
know
think I
Odessa
told them
is
something
cryptic.
vague. I
Yeah.
don't know that I told them fully
Yeah.
what was going on.
Okay.
I think Otis kind of worded it in such a way that it was kind of his coming of age issues with Poseidon, and left it at that.
Okay.
Okay.
Cool.
So
As she's over here furiously scribbling down notes.
No, I just had to I had to remember if you had actually told us that. I didn't want a metagame. Is my problem.
Yeah. No, we all appreciate that. So
Okay.
Dylan and Svin, you approach and arrive at the watchtower guarding the entrance to this Underdark city. As you approach,
Okay,
you'll notice two Duergar standing outside of the watchtower having a conversation, both wearing what seems like dwarven armor and weaponry, having a conversation with each other. They take a glance at you and go back to their conversation, not paying you any mind.
Okay. We're just going to keep walking forward. Just pay them no mind if they pay us no mind.
Mm-hmm.
As you pass the watchtower, the city quickly becomes a city. Up to this point, it was all cave tunnels, essentially. But very quickly past the watchtower, it reminds you of Haven. Very narrow, tight streets, people putting up a tent wherever they can find space, everything packed, and you can recall from your long rest the night previous, a city that never sleeps, just runs constantly. Where in the city would you like to go?
Well, my recollection from looking up above said, was it Pingy Ping? This was like a marketplace? Or
No.
was it this one? No, this was the marketplace.
The red cluster is the marketplace.
The marketplace.
The
Yes.
other one is
So-
like a convention center, essentially. It's like where everybody gathers
Yeah.
for events.
Okay, so I'm gonna look at Sven and say, let's go to the market.
I would
You would what?
do a hand motion back.
I'm thinking we head in that direction and maybe we'll find a bar or something. But a marketplace is where everybody likes to go. We go there, find a drunk and follow them to the bar, maybe? I don't know. Or maybe we can find information at the market. Fuck, who knows?
Okay.
All right, so we're heading to the market.
Are you crossing this first bridge and then going up, or going up to the second bridge and crossing directly in?
Let's go to the first bridge.
Okay, first bridge it is.
As you pass through the city, you will notice that the only language anybody seems to be speaking here is Undercommon. You'll pick up bits of like day-to-day life conversation. You know, fucker overcharged me for this, and I need to fix the pole on my tent or it's gonna collapse, and you know, stupid generic complaints, nothing really of note for what you're looking for.
Okay.
As you cross over, you'll notice that there's less tents. Oh, sorry. In this first area, it's a lot of goblins and Duragar. As you cross
Okay.
over, this side seems to be more kobolds and drow. They're not segregated. It's more of like a preference, best you can tell. But you make your way up to the market. As you approach it, you see pretty much what those buildings look like. Big overhang structures, the centers of which are lined with market stalls, various fungi and plants of sorts. Like, you think you recognize most of the food plants that they're selling, but they seem different somehow.
Okay.
Above table, just think plants that genetically evolved to not need sunlight, so they're just different in that manner. Kind of like the difference between Duragar and dwarves. Like, they look the same, but there's a big difference.
Mm-hmm.
Sure. Okay, I'm gonna lean over to Sven and say, let's go shopping. If you actually want to buy something, we'll look into it. But at least make it look like we're shopping. And I'll listen for conversations and see if I can't pick up something to direct us towards our goal. You know, whether it's somewhere else to go or an actual prison to go to, or I don't know. Just see what we can find.
As you guys work through the market stalls, you note that these big buildings really only sell food goods. Working around these smaller ones, these are actual items shops, like weaponry, potion, anything like that. But make perception checks as you move through the market and see if you can pick out a conversation worth hearing as you move through this crowded marketplace.
Are there any food items, fruit, or vegetables that look like they have seeds in them?
Yeah, there's some various, best you can tell, fruit-like objects that have seeds. Above table, because I'm not gonna make up names for them, like strawberries and pears type things. Something like that.
What I'd sort of do like a point to a strawberry and do some hand motions to the vendor there.
He speaks in Undercommon.
We're sticking together, so
Yeah.
Nope, I'm gonna type it in.
I'm being confident that obviously everybody knows what I'm saying because that's my language. But I would say to you in your head, please let me know what he says. I'm gonna buy some of those if they have normal money.
I'd look at you and just put my fingers out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You know.
The vendor recognizes what you're asking and responds. And yes, I used British currency to indicate that they do not take your currency.
Oh. I'd lean over and whisper into.
You don't have to whisper, you can do it in my head.
Does that work? Is that a two-way street? I thought you could only
Yeah, it
talk
is.
to him.
Nope, it's both ways for mine.
Oh, okay. So, yeah,
Okay,
you
well,
can-
if it's two ways, yeah, then telepathically I would say they take quid. 15 quid for a pouch.
I'm gonna
20 for a satchel.
I'm gonna look around really quickly around, and is there anybody that has this money that is unfamiliar out?
I'm you know what? Scrap that. Still, gonna in your head. Wait a minute. I'm gonna do this with my fingers, and I'm gonna walk around and say, 1 minute, and I'm gonna come around
Now it's
away.
filtered.
Silt, you and the market vendor just stand there, staring awkwardly at each other. Well,
I'm gonna sniff the strawberry and find like the right strawberries that I'm gonna want to buy.
Brother, and you already know what I'm doing.
yeah, in the tower, please.
You got it.
Oh, you lucky son of a bitch. Okay. Not knowing what you take, you manage to lift a pouch off somebody, which contains little, like, octagonal stones with what looks like runic carvings in them.
Okay.
Pouch is about half full. By your best guess, there's 40 or so of those little tokens in it.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna try and walk away without being seen and head back.
Okay. You make it back.
And in my head, you want a pouch or satchel?
Just a couple. I don't need a lot.
Well, so I'm gonna pull out 15 of these things and set them on the bench table there, or hand it to the guy if there's nowhere. And in undercommon, I'll say pouch.
The vendor, a Duragar of sorts, snorts and then says this, takes one of the octagonal tokens off the counter, kind of shooing the rest back at you, reaches down, pulls out 5 little circular discs with similar runic markings, hands them to you, and then hands you a pouch to put your little strawberries in.
I just look at him and go, Goblin, what?
I'm gonna look at Dylan and then at the vendor and then at Dylan and then the vendor. I'm gonna go. And I'm gonna get my strawberries in a pouch.
He just
And
kinda,
in my head say, "Oh, we're rich."
he just kind of and then walks a few steps and starts talking to the next customer.
Okay. In my head, okay. That's covered. Yeah, we got loot apparently.
Above table, in your inventory, add pouch with 800. Well, no, it'd be 785 quid in it.
Okay.
Now that you know the conversion rate for the things you have.
Okay.
Okay. What you guys up to next?
Back to the original game plan.
Oh, yeah, you were listening. That's right.
Yes.
So you had made perception checks on that. Teddy,
Yeah.
you would have picked up a conversation between 2 giggling goblins, laughing about how shit-faced they got at the last gathering, and they can't wait for the next one this afternoon or later today.
Okay. In my head, I'd say, hold on a second, put my finger up, and I'd walk over to the goblins.
Okay.
And say, hey, in undercommon.
Yeah. What do you want?
We were stuck out in those damn tunnels for a couple days. What gathering?
Are you fucking stupid or something?
Yeah.
The same gathering they have every 3 days. You know, at the big gathering building right there, and he points across the water at the large central structure. The one where they execute all the surface dwellers that are trying to encroach upon us and take us over, where we make an offering to the boss's master so that he can keep our city alive. You know, the one that you've probably been at every couple of days since you were a fucking spawn.
I thought you were talking about at the bar or something. I didn't know.
The fuck is a bar? You are fucking stupid, aren't you?
I'm gonna stick my finger in my ear. I don't know what you're talking about.
I'm gonna casually eat my strawberry.
It's a little bitter, but edible. The goblin that hasn't been talking leans over and like covers his mouth and whispers into the first goblin's ear, and then just stares at you.
Fine. Whatever. And I'm gonna just turn and grab Sven by the arm in Undercommon. Let's get out of here. And then in my head, I'm gonna repeat the same thing in Common. And walk off towards the south. And
Katie, that pouch of strawberries has 15 in there.
Okay.
So I'm gonna say I'm gonna repeat to her what I heard them saying. And well, essentially the whole entire what I heard, the conversation, the whole 9 yards.
Did they think you were stupid enough that you didn't belong here? Or are we safe?
Well, unfortunately, everybody thinks I'm stupid here. I'm just gonna be honest with you. So, yeah, because I don't know what the fuck's going on around here. I've never been here before, but I gave the vendor too much money, obviously, and those guys were talking about an event that happens at the thing there, at the event center every 3 days. Like I said, I relayed all that information to you.
The next one is starting soon-ish.
Yeah. And I was, I obviously I didn't know about it, but apparently everybody does. So yeah, they think I'm an idiot too.
Well, I guess that's a good persona to have since we don't know a lot of stuff down here.
Yeah.
Well, ready for some drinking and executions later today?
Well, I mean, I'm going to kind of direct us back over the bridge to start heading back towards where we were for Otis and Galen. As we're walking, keep with the mind talks. So not to use the inappropriate language. And just say, I mean, if they're going to have an execution soon, now might be the time for us to execute the plan of bringing Galen and Otis in as prisoners and try and get down to where the prisoners are being kept. And I'm guessing we could probably...
Not gonna lie, the way you worded that, you totally could have said get the party down to 2 members in that last sentence, and I wouldn't deny. Just
waiting for
the execution's coming. Let's go get Galen and Otis in here as prisoners.
Execute.
Hell?
This wasn't the plan. What the fuck?
That's what I'm saying. I was like, wait, did we talk? Did I completely miss like 10 minutes of our conversation?
No, I mean, we were talking about. Yeah, I mean, I'm thinking if we bring them into the tower, we can talk to the guards at the tower, and they'll send us to
To the prisoner pen.
prisoner pen. And once there, try and, you know, see if Remy's there and get him out. I'm hoping he is. I'm hoping that's the gnome they're talking about. Because once again,
as you cross the bridge and get to about this point, individuals are starting to move this way, and they're all, yeah, the gathering, another one, let's go.
Oh shit.
Moving towards the gathering place. Up to you what you want to do, obviously. You would know that it would take probably about 2 hours round trip to go get Galen, Odessa, and come back.
We better go to the gathering.
okay, that's okay. I got this. I'm going to grab the earring, touch the earring, and send a message to Miss Gallon. I'm going
What
to
was
say,
the range on that?
like,
I thought it was
What's
only
it?
like a couple 100 feet.
Yeah, I don't think
300.
you
300
Yeah.
feet?
you are not within 300 feet.
Oh, shit.
So you
Okay,
can
well,
definitely
I mean-
send a message, but she won't hear anything. And
How much further away are we?
it was like a quarter mile from the tower to where they are, just a little over a quarter mile. And
How long would it take for me to get close enough to make that message?
Hold on.
Oh, Silt, how far away can your message thing go?
So
It's got a
a quarter mile is 1,320 feet, and you're probably about that far into the city at this point too. So you
Okay.
would have to get pretty much most of the way there before she would be able to hear you.
Well, shit. Well, if it's happening now, I think we need to head up there, Silt, and see if we can get him out.
Yep. So
I
we
don't
can do
think
some
we're-
sneaky shit.
Yep.
So you guys are just following the crowd essentially.
Yeah, I'm
Um,
gonna. Once we get closer, I think I'll do tongues, but
Okay.
I'm gonna wait
I got-
until we get up there.
I'm gonna grab Silt by the arm and drag her over here between the buildings.
Okay.
And say, get the, let's change outfits. Go for the, Drugan?
Okay.
Duergar. That way, when we get there, we can try and pass ourselves off as guards and get to where the prisoners are.
Okay.
We're gonna skip the part where we're taking Galen and Otis with us.
That sounds good.
So disguised as Duergar guards. It
Yeah.
is 11 o'clock, but I'm going to give you guys one last thing because it's a good ending note. You guys are going to show up into the gathering. It is a square-ish area, platforms currently filled with all sorts of citizens. The center has 4 burning stakes, which upon closer inspection will reveal bodies burning and or cindering at the base of.
Good God.
A construct of some sort will walk out and up to what can only be the sacrificial platform and speak to the crowd. Welcome to another gathering. And Taddy, you will hear the soft voice of Chestrock coming from your bag behind you go, Master?
No.
And that is where we are going to end tonight's session.
What?
Jesus.
What is happening?
I will give you
Oh,
guys
no.
a better description of this area and of Ironroot, as you can now see him, next week.
Oh, man. What?
Because it is time.
Okay.
That's the perfect place to end.
It was. I was
What-
wondering if you guys were
what a
going to get
cliffhanger.
there or not. And you were like right there, so I pushed you over the edge into it. So, okay.
Oh, wow.
But we will pick up there next week. Thanks everybody who came to watch the stream. We super duper love and appreciate you. Make sure you tune in Fridays for Lord Z's Fantastical Dungeon and come back to figure out how the fuck Iron Root ended up here and what's going on. So, until then, we will see you next time. Bye.